Hello, Peggy Paul Casella here from the blog ThursdayNightPizza.com. If you thought there was only one way to cut a pizza, you would be wrong. There's the traditional that we're all used to, but there's also the pizza wheel and the Mezzaluna or rocking pizza cutter. Today I've made 6 different 8-inch pepperoni pizzas using my overnight dough, which you can find on the blog, and making the crust as thick as possible. I didn't want to make it too easy on these pizza cutters, so you can see how they actually work as I demonstrate. So let's get started. So let's start with the KitchenAid. This one I like because you can tighten it yourself. I don't know if you can see it right here. There's a bolt that you can tighten with just a regular screwdriver, which is helpful because sometimes after use these things get wobbly. So that's one thing I like about it right off the bat. Okay, it cuts really nicely. It also has a sturdy feel to it, which is nice. The only downside on this one is that the wheel's a little small, and because of this area, it can smudge the cheese across the pizza if you're not careful to hold it perfectly upright. Then the OXO. This one I like, but it's a little wobbly. The handle's really great to hold. The wheel itself is a nice size. And then finally we'll go into the Pizza Craft model. Okay, this one I love the size of the wheel, and I love that the handle is curved and soft, so it's easy to hold, and it naturally puts you in the right position to cut the pizza and not have it be obstructed by this. The only downside on this one is it can get a little wobbly, and there's no real way to fix it once it does. Overall, this is actually the one that I use the most because I like how it feels. I think it's the most comfortable, and it's pretty reliable too. So here is the pizza wheel. This one is made by the brand Kitschy, but there are all kinds of other models out there on the market. You can find them online or in any specialty cooking store. The best part of this to me is that it has the safety cover that locks in place both ways. So I don't know if you could hear that click, but it clicks and it stays in place. The size of the wheel I also love. You can see if you put it up against the KitchenAid version, it's pretty noticeable, so it covers a lot of ground. All right, let me show you how it works. All right, nice clean cut, even through the pepperoni. I like it because it's got the leverage to it. There's something nice about the traditional cutters too, but this one has earned a place in my heart, especially for when I do cooking classes in different places and I have to bring my own cutter. It's really easy to transport. This one from Bosca Holland is probably the sexiest piece of cooking equipment I have in my kitchen. I just love it. There's also this one from Bialetti that I have. It kind of just looks like a giant bench scraper. Also serves the same function. So let's see how these guys work on the actual pizzas. You can see how the Bosca Holland has 2 handles. It makes a nice quick cut and clean. And then the Bialetti takes a little longer to cut, but also makes a really nice clean cut to the pizza. With a 12-inch pizza, sometimes you do have to do 2 nice cuts across to get it. That is the one downside. I haven't found one that's quite big enough to get it all in one shot, but I just love having this in my kitchen and I love showing it off. If you haven't noticed, I don't really have a clear preference among the 3 different types of pizza cutters that I own. When it comes to the traditional, I do reach for the Pizza Craft, probably because of its brightly colored handle. I also just like how it feels in my hand. It's got a nice soft grip. I like the angle of the handle, and I like the size of the blade. So those are things to think about if you're looking for your own traditional pizza cutter. The pizza wheel is great too, especially for when you have thicker toppings, because it gives you a leverage that the others don't. I also love the safety cover that snaps into place. And then there's my friend, the Mezzaluna. This admittedly is less practical than the other two because it takes up a lot of room in your kitchen drawers. But I do find that it works very well. It does a nice clean cut, and it's very impressive if you have a pizza party and want to bring it out to show your guests. So that's the recap. I hope this helped a lot. Please leave comments and send me an email. You can find my contact information on the blog. If you have any other products you'd like me to review or any other questions about pizza making in general, please leave those in the comments too.